Fixin' to Ride.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fixin' a Ride. Andrew here. Man, working on another snowmobile. We got the 2002 ZR800 all done. We had 23 degrees this morning, and I came out and dialed in the screws on that, so we're good to go. I don't know if we're going to be able to get another snow to take it up north, but we're hoping. Fingers crossed. Say some prayers, people. But I'll show you what I got going on next. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the alert bell. That way you can come on back, check out what we got going on. Same as usual. All right, let's check it. All right, so I got this 95 ZR700 engine and a 99 chassis. Thing was going great. Got everything dialed in and then started pushing it up north last year. Because I would just cruise, you know, and I was like, well, let's see what this thing can do. Well, it started spitting and sputtering. So I was like, all right, screw it. I'm just going to cruise. Before the next trip, I think I started at 420 or maybe 410s. Then I put 420s in, then 430s, then 440s, then 450s. And it kept getting better and better. So I was like, all right, well, maybe it's just, I was hoping with every jet it would clear up because I got those D&D pipes and can on there. And now that I finally got everything dialed in, everything's running right. I finally figured out what the main issue with this stupid thing. I don't think I even told you guys. It was this switch right here. Whenever I've turned the hand warmer on, I noticed that there was a change in the idle. And I was like, what the heck is going on? I asked a bunch of people and they're like, no, that shouldn't affect it at all. Well, I took the thing apart and it was super filthy. So I ended up taking it and cleaning it all up, put it back together. Things started acting fine. And it hasn't given me an issue like it was since I've gotten this sled back together and running the entire time last year that I ran it. So awesome. At first I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it's like the CDI box or something stupid like that. I ended up talking to a buddy a few years ago and he's like, well, those old ones that are metal like that, he said that those can get cracked on the back. The epoxy can get cracked on the back around the edge and it'll allow moisture in there. So he goes, just take the thing out, put it in the oven for a couple hours at like 150 degrees and that'll dry it out. And then when it's dried out, cut the old epoxy away that's cracked. Sorry, I got stuff around. And he said to cut the old epoxy away that's cracked and then reseal it with new epoxy. Well, I did that. It still didn't fix it. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was ready to sell the stinking sled. I mean, it got a full rebuild. I powder coated the engine, went through the carburetors. The carburetors were so mismatched. I mean, they had the wrong valve slides in there. They had the wrong emulsion tubes. The emulsion tubes were supposed to be 4s. One was a 6 and the other one was an 8. Had the wrong jets in there, screws. I mean, there was so many other different things. The needles, I think, were wrong as well. So the guy that I got it from, I think he was just trying to do whatever and, I don't know, make up for something. I don't know. He also had it to where these 95 engines came with 2 31 liter per hour fuel pumps. Well, he had it in a 600 chassis, and it was an EFI chassis. Well, he had a 600, I guess it was a 600 fuel pump in there. So it was only 31 liter per hour. So that's why it was going lean on him. And he was chasing why it was going lean. Well, I figured that out the first time I took it out. And so honestly, I don't think my issue with this thing even showed up until I took it up north for the first time. Or it was there and I just didn't know because I was only going around that field at my old house. And that's like a half-mile loop. And so I went like 20 times around that, breaking it in for 10 miles. And then we took it up north. And that's when it reared its head. So yeah, it ended up being that stinking hand warmer switch. Crazy. So I got that fixed, took the thing up north, and yeah, was cruising. Everything was cruising fine. And I tried to push it and pushed it a little too hard. But you know what? Now I know that's experience. And I've never experienced something that was going lean before. You know, lean enough to where it was like, gonna just, go where it's detonating, so now I have that wisdom. And it's a little bit of an expensive, education, I guess you could say, but whatever, You know, it happens. And now I got the wisdom, and now I know what it sounds like. And, you know, I'm just going to put that right in the bank, and so be it. So, all right. So back to this thing here. The mag seal is bad. I'm going to pressure test this thing. Gosh, this thing fought me. Being that this is a 99 chassis, when I was trying to drain the coolant on this, one of the things that was giving me a problem with was the first thing was I couldn't get into between the chassis or between the bulkhead and get anything on here to drain that. I wasn't just going to drain it and let it pour out. So got the engine unbolted, lifted it up, and then it started to drain, and then it stopped. And it put like maybe a half a cup in the gallon jug that I was using. So I went and blew air in a couple different spots, and stupid me, I wasn't thinking, and I had this cap off here, and I blew some air. I think I blew it in this port right here, and it comes shooting out like a geyser everywhere. So I got all irritated about that and kind of backed off for a minute and just collected myself, started cleaning up, and then I was like, let me blow some air into the end of this. Well, I unscrewed this more, and it seemed like it wanted to come out. So I was like, let me blow a little air in there. I blew a little air in there, and pulled the air off, and I started just draining full blast out of there. I wanted to do that before I took the cylinder head off so I could see in there. Well, that's where I'm at. So I got to bolt the stinking engine up back, and then I'm going to probably put the cylinder head back on, button everything, just the engine up, and then I'm not going to put the exhaust on, and then I'll tilt it on its side, and then I'll use the water method to pop that clutch off, and then I'll be able to take the carbs off and then pull the engine and put it on the bench. So, but I think for today, that's where I'm at. I was looking for my stinking the hose to drain this and tearing the stinking pull barn up. So, all right, so I got the clutch off. Thought this was a 33 millimeter, but it's actually a 30 millimeter crank end. I was having a discussion with a buddy about that. But yeah, so one thing I found, check that out. So I've questioned this stuff to begin with. I bought it, and it's pretty much been on here for a while. But when I went to go pull this, I pulled the one carburetor off. That fuel line's fine. Well, I undid the hose clamp and then went to go move that one, and I noticed it looked like it bent over weird. So I don't know if it's been cracked for a while or if, I mean, it almost does look like it's been cracked. I don't know. It's hard to tell. What do you guys think? These stupid hoses. Yeah, I can't tell if it's been cracked for a while or not. Either way, I got to get new fuel lines. These are just evidently garbage, because this is like the second or third time I've found cracks in these brand lines. So I'm going to get some Tygon, I think. I got Tygon in the other spot down by at the bottom of the fuel valve. I got it right there, and because the piece down there cracked and it was leaking. So I think I'm just going to replace all that. But wouldn't that suck? I mean, it would suck and it wouldn't. So it would suck that it was just that caused a lean condition for this cylinder to seize like it did. But then again, it's like, and you know, as far as the crank seals go, it got so hot on that side, I may as well just replace the crank seals, because it won't last that much longer. And if I've taken things apart, I may as well just pull the engine and replace the crank seals anyway, you know? So, yeah, it kind of sucks if that's what it was caused from. Stupid, cheap, garbage. I think I got that stuff off Amazon years ago. I can't remember, but either way, yeah, I just figured you guys would get a kick out of that, and seeing that might actually have been the problem. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, the whole thing's coming out. I'm gonna put crank seals in it anyways. Alright, so starting to tear into this thing here. This is the magneto side of the 700, and there is goop at the bottom. So it definitely leaked from here. You can even see some splatter marks. I didn't get a whole lot on the back of the stator plate though, because the stator plate goes like this. Should be some right at the bottom on the side of here, but I don't see any. Either way, there's definitely confirmation that it's leaking oil, so some sort. But yeah, so I don't know if it was maybe I don't know if there was a crack in that fuel line, and that's what made it start to go lean, and then it got hot, and then it just destroyed this, and you know, at the same time, or what the situation was. But either way, new crank seals. So top end and crank seals. That's what it's coming down to. So I'll get more of an update here in a few. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but this is muriatic acid on aluminum. So you just keep doing this until it dissolves all that. You can use 3M Scotch Brite, the dark burgundy scrubbies, that helps to get it off too. So I'll keep doing that and then show you guys what I come up with. Alright, well, this is the best that I can get it, and I didn't really want to spend much time more because, yeah, she went through, unfortunately. And it really sucks. So that's that. Guess I'm gonna have to find a new one. So, well, yeah. What are you gonna do? I mean, if it's that extensive, I mean, gosh, it's inevitable. It's inevitable that it's gonna go through. So let me show you what the piston looks like real quick. So I was hoping that, okay, seeing some of this right here, you can tell that the aluminum did come off, so there was galling. Gosh, it looks horrible. But these pistons were race coated too by line to line to get the clearance corrected. But I probably could have just got a new set of pistons, but now I'm going to have to. As well as a new cylinder, new U cylinder. So yeah, it's pretty nasty. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. Just have to face the bitter truth and move on. So, all right, though, that's it for this video. I'm pretty much just going to try and find a 700 cylinder, and then I'm going to have to powder coat it. I might have to get some new candy because I had a candy apple. That's what that color is. I sprayed that candy apple. It's a translucent. I sprayed it over super chrome. Well, the old super chrome I had, gosh, I was trying to do some parts on this 800 here, and I had to redo them like 4 times. I ended up doing them 5 times because I ordered new super chrome because the old super chrome was bad. So I'm hoping that the candy apple, I'm going to do some test pieces this time. So I'll do some test pieces while I wait for a cylinder to come in, and I'm going to get that other stuff done, and hopefully I won't have to order any more candy apple. But if I do, I do. You know, what are you going to do? But the rest of this here, I'm going to find some new crank seals and try to go OEM. But, you know, at this point, I don't even know. I don't know if the whole issue was a cracked fuel line and that's what caused it to go lean, or if it was this, you know, and that's what caused it to go lean and then this went bad, or if this went bad, that if it was just a coincidence that I was pulling, when I pulled off the fuel line from this magneto side carburetor, that it just broke. I mean, either way, all those lines, even these are that same material. So all that's going to get replaced. Going to go Tygon and all of it. Should be good to go. So I did not pressure test it because this is I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty clear that the crank seal is bad. So, and this thing was sealed up, like buttoned up. I mean, I sealed everything. Even on the intakes here, for the intake boots, I mean, I had put a little bit of the Permatex on both sides of the gasket on both of those. Everything else was sealed up tight, no leaks or anything. So it wasn't an air leak from anything else other than this seal here. So, you know, like I said, the fuel lines are going to get replaced. New crank seals, new top end, new gasket kit. And unfortunately, have to get another cylinder. So it is what it is. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not doing a ton of technical stuff at this point. It gets pretty tedious, and I think on my channel I've done pretty much everything that you would see me do here. So if there's anything you want to do, I'll try and put links in the upper right-hand corner here during anything that I'm talking about where you would need to see the procedure done to a video that I have on my channel. That way you can go check it out. So, but yeah, you can surf through all of the 800 series. You could do the 700 series, the 600 series, 580 series. I mean, everything. But or you could just go straight to the snowmobile repair playlist, and that's got everything in there. So just scroll, you'll see whatever size engine in there. 580, 600. I think the ZRTs are in there. The 600 ZRT, I haven't started working on my 1000 yet. And then this 700 and then an 800. So yeah, everything's there, but that's it. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel though, you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button and the alert bell. That way you can come on back and check out what we got going on. Like I say, always appreciate it. Hitting the like button does help with algorithms, so do appreciate that. And that will help to get the videos out and out to new people so they can be seen out in the front of the line, not at the very bottom of the list when you go to look something up. So, all right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, come on back, and God bless. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel though, you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe.